go recording. Head banging. Head banging. Curb Your Enthusiasm song by
Say
the
thank you very much.
boys.
Thank you. Now bump bump.
Love that laugh.
The one on the baritone played at the Rock Hall yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
Your son played at the Rock Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
How did he get to the Rock Hall of Fame?
I drove him.
Oh, it's practice. That's the comedy joke. Practice.
I don't know jokes.
Hey, how do you get to Hall of Fame? I'll give you a second chance.
He practiced.
Okay, now we're kicking on all the cylinders. So we missed last week because is it the last 2 weeks or last week?
I think it was just last week.
Yeah, because I had the festival, and then I had to pick my daughter up at the airport, and then I had to go to a play.
And then so last week I have like 2 big birthdays in my family, so it was all celebration for that.
The play was horrible. It was called Company. Won 5 Tony Awards. Fucking sucked.
So it was a play or a musical play?
Yeah, at Playhouse Square.
In
my opinion,
it was just called Company.
It was called Company, and it was, in my opinion, my humble opinion, sucked balls. And the people we were with, half of them left. They said, "We're not staying for this."
Really?
I said, "Well, maybe it'll get better." I'm an optimist. I like to give performers a benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
So what was it about?
A woman who was turning 35 and all of her friends wanting her to get married.
That's it? That was what it was about?
The angst of turning 35 and not having a family, and, meeting those dreams that women grow up with. But she ends up okay with it in the end. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad she's okay with it. I never got that. At different ages, well, I need to be here. I need to be there. Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, my life just kind of happened. I don't ever remember having a plan. Did you? I mean, I wanted to be a basketball coach, so I coached basketball. Just that.
Yeah. I mean,
I never played, so that's what's cool about that.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to play sports in high school because my brother, I told you, he was killed, and my mom didn't want me not to come home.
Yeah. Well, I mean more of the long lines of like, well, I'm approaching 30. Oh no. Or I'm approaching 40. Oh my goodness.
Tick, tick, tick. Biological clock says.
Yeah, I guess that would be different.
Pump them out, baby. Pump those babies out. Pump them. Well, Trump is pumping the seed in a 27-year-old Stormy Daniels. That's the thing. People forget. This was 16 years ago that happened.
Yeah, I think I'm about the same age. How old is Stormy Daniels?
She's 43.
Okay. So, yeah, we're right around the same age.
Yeah.
Because I'm 44.
Yeah, you and Stormy could have. It would have been.
I would not have
been normal. It would have been normal for you two. He was 60.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And she came out. Well, all right. This might as well tell the story. Well, Stormy testified this week.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels testified
at the Trump trial, and it was not pretty. She said he invited me up to his room for dinner. You go into a billionaire's room, and he says he has dinner there. I believe that. Now, you told me what earlier? If you get invited to a room, what?
Well, I think that should be the rule of thumb from now on, right? If you get invited up to a room for anything at all, even if they say it's business, there's pleasure at some point that somebody wants to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna walk in the room and you're
Is
gonna
that
hear
an implied?
Over the stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
And I'm sure, you know, in the profession that she's in, I'm sure it wouldn't have been the first time that she was ever propositioned.
she said she was surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think if I'm a billionaire and I invite someone to dinner, I'm gonna fucking have dinner. Don't you
Not
think?
if it's in the room, though. There's that other aspect of it being in the room. There's like an
Don't you think his
implication.
room was probably pretty nice?
Marv, if I'm inviting you to my room to have dinner with me, even you better be blowing me.
I'm at the
No, when we get on the road, you better remember, if I'm offering you a hand sandwich in my room, I'm expecting something else.
Do you suffer from a lack of a father figure? Do you have clinical depression? Have you ever accidentally broken your mom's favorite coffee cup, and when she found out you did it, she tied you to a bed and spanked you with a metal spatula? If you said yes to any of these things, I don't care. And to keep it a bean, no one cares.
No one cares, John. No one cares. So you're saying expect sex if someone invites you to the room for dinner.
I mean, I think from now on, I think that should be, you know, kind of the rule of thumb. You shouldn't think, you know what? I'm just gonna have dinner.
Well, she went in the bathroom, came out, and says, "Get dressed. We're going to dinner." And he's like, "No, we're not. We're not having dinner."
So, but she could have, I mean, and then I guess she was like, yeah, okay, let's do this. I mean,
I think what she said was,
Brother, what's that?
right?
What's that, brother?
"Ooh." She said a 60-year-old fat man was sitting on her bed in his undershorts and a t-shirt, posing like Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, was he doing the? Oh,
He did the
give her
pose,
the,
sitting laying on his bed on the pose.
huh?
I wrote a story about why he did it. He said he did it. He admit to having, my story is fake. It says it's fake, just so you. But
Okay.
I admit to having sex with Stormy Daniels just because, frankly, I think she was bulimic, and she needed something to throw up for. Think about when she threw up. Gave her that vision for the rest of her life. Anytime she wants to throw up, she thinks of me.
So you're saying he was trying to be a good guy.
He helped her out.
He helped her out.
And she came out of the bathroom and just said,
Give her that memory
and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
bank. But they did have sex, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, but first she said he quizzed her. Like, how often do you get tested? What have been the results of your test?
Well, this was like,
You wear condoms when you're having sex? And she goes, "Yeah, I worked for a company that was strictly always had to wear a condom. And I get tested every 2 weeks, and I've always been clean." So from that information, he decided to fuck her without a condom.
so. Well, wait. Was this while he was in his t-shirt and boxer shorts, or this was before?
It was before when he's talking to her.
Oh.
But she said when they had the sex, she blacked out and went to another place because it was not enjoyable.
I mean, yeah, you probably. I mean, well, I don't. I mean, I don't know her story. I didn't read her book. Did you learn anything about her past or anything?
Yeah, I mean, she said it on the stand. She said her mom abandoned her when she was a teenager, and she was a very good student. She actually had a scholarship for veterinary school,
Okay.
become a vet.
So she was okay working with pigs.
You see, Donald, I'm doing my sexy talk.
You
Anyway,
got to think about like veterinarians and nurses are probably okay with just about it, you know.
and she became an exotic dancer because it paid so well, and one thing led to another. Next thing,
Yeah.
she's working for Wicked movies at a very young age and became a porn star. She was only 27 when she fucked Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're put in that situation, you know, you kind of just.
Well, he was with Ben Roethlisberger.
So I still don't understand the whole details of that story. Was it like a bait and switch or what was that?
I mean, he's Donald Trump. He's got the hottest TV show in the country in Apprentice, right? He's a big star at this point.
Yeah.
And she wants to be on Apprentice. She thought this would be good for my career.
Oh, is that what she was trying to do? Was get on Apprentice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was being transactional too. I mean, honestly, it was a transactional thing for both of them.
Yeah. She thought if she slept with him, then.
And he thought he could get pussy by throwing that out there. And then even afterwards, they met, they talked. She went to Trump Tower. He took her for a tour of Trump Tower, showed her Melania's bedroom. Melania's got a different room than he does.
Really? No, I mean, did he show her bedroom? I was kind of.
Yeah, they never had sex again, she said. But he wanted to.
Well, he wanted to?
Yeah. But they never had sex again. He would talk about meeting her and stuff. And whenever she didn't get on the show, she just deleted his number and shit. Quit talking to him.
Huh.
But then in 2011, 5 years later, a magazine wanted her story, and she said no. She didn't want to put it out there because she had a husband now. She didn't want him to know about it. And they said, well, we're going to run the story anyway. So she said, I'll okay.
Right.
I'll do the story to kind of control it. So she did it. And I don't know what, I guess nothing came from it. Like
that was in 2011.
2011, yeah. And then supposedly she said a guy came up to in a parking garage and told her quit talking about Trump, and looked at her daughter that was with her and said it'd be pretty terrible if something happened to that little girl's mommy. And she said she really tried to bury the story then. She didn't want to talk about to anybody. She ended up signing a paper saying that the affair wasn't. It's easy to deny it because it never happened.
The NDA?
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the NDA. I think that was a different. It might have been part of the NDA.
Okay.
Then when the Grab Him by the Pussy tape came out.
Yeah.
He thought he had to silence those women that he had affairs with, which is Karen McDougal and her. And so they approached her about buying the story, and she was fine with that. She didn't want the story out either. So she took the money and signed the agreement. But then something happened. I think the story came out. I think Trump was saying some awful things about it. I'm not sure about that. Called her horse face and sleaze, a bunch of stuff. So she goes, "Fuck it, I'm just going to tell the story." And,
yeah, at that point,
trouble. She's Michael Ivane, who was her lawyer, sued Trump for defamation.
Yeah.
And they lost the case, and she owes Trump $660,000 from the trial for his lawyers and an appeal. It was two things, trial and appeal. And it turns out, Michael Avenatti was being a crook about it and stealing money from her, and it was just all went really bad for her. And she owes Trump money, and she swore in court that she'll never pay it. And she swore, I'll never pay a dime of that. And they said, didn't you sign a paper saying you would never pay it? I mean, didn't you sign it? There was some paper that she said she would never sign it, but she did. And the court says, didn't you sign a paper saying that you'd never pay it or something? And she goes, oh, wait, I don't know what the paper said anyways. But did end up filling the paperwork out. She had to fill it
Okay.
out or go to jail. She said you'd rather go to jail than pay Trump the money. And they ask her, so you want Trump to go to jail? And she says, I want him to be held accountable. She goes, and if he goes to jail, is that accountable? And she goes, I'm okay with that. And then they said, and didn't you say you were gonna try to ruin him or something? And she goes, I never said that. And she said, and you'd be happy you were gonna destroy him and send him to prison? She said, I never said those things. And the woman says, yes, you did. She goes, show me where I said it. And the lawyer started digging through the stuff and couldn't find it. So the lawyer kept trying to put words in her mouth. And then she goes, you're just putting words in my mouth. I never said those things. So the lawyer looked pretty stupid a lot, the woman that was cross-examining her.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows how the juries take it. And remember, it only takes one juror to get a mistrial.
What was I had two questions, and then what was Trump's response to any of this? I mean, as far as like, is anybody's body language or anything? Because I thought they were saying that
Said he didn't look at her. Said he wouldn't look at her.
Hmm.
And that he was talking to his lawyer a lot. He got in trouble because he was saying some curse words pretty loud. The judge could hear it. He was cursing at her, and
didn't the judge warn him again about contempt? Because it's what, $1,000?
he got convicted of another contempt. So that's his 10th one. And he said, here's what the judge said. Because the judge knows it's hard to put Donald Trump in jail. She goes, I don't want to put you in jail. I really don't want to do that. But you're leaving me very few options. If you continue to be in contempt, jail's on the table. What does that mean? It could just mean tonight.
Well, I mean, he's got to pass anyway, because any regular person would have been in jail already.
Right.
Because they know that they can just contempt it. Why is it he can only do $1,000?
That's just the rule in New York. That's the law.
That's the maximum. You can't go
Yeah.
any higher than that.
Right. That's the law in New York.
I mean, if there isn't a system that's more set up for just the rich, it's
the judge said it. I know this $1,000 doesn't mean anything to you, but it's all I'm allowed to do.
Well, no, he could have put him in jail earlier. The other issue
he could put him in jail, but to put Donald Trump in jail involves coordinating with the mayor of New York said we're ready to put him in jail. By the way, just so you know,
really,
Mayor of New York said we can handle it, but you got to coordinate with the FBI and with the Secret Service.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Plus, it's gonna on appeal. It would look bad if you put him in jail. They said.
I mean,
it prejudices the jury.
Yeah, he still keeps getting away with everything. There's nothing this guy can't get away with.
Yeah, and even if he gets convicted, he's going to appeal it. So
even if he gets convicted of everything, he's not going to jail.
Yeah. Well, no.
I mean, I think we've had this debate before.
I don't know that he can appeal if he gets of the papers. That's a slam dunk case, but that's suspended indefinitely. That case has been suspended by the judge.
The one in Florida?
Yeah, she suspended the case.
Yeah, the one in Cannon. That's not gonna happen.
She suspended it indefinitely because she got too many things to rule on.
She suspended it indefinitely until after the election.
She said this is the easiest case of all. This woman can't get this done. It's ridiculous.
No, they said even if Biden wins this election, her reputation was already going to be in the toilet.
She was already a joke.
Yeah,
because she should have never been appointed. She didn't have the credentials or anything to be.
But like you said before, she's lifetime, right?
Yeah.
So
unless she gets impeached or quits.
I mean, what's more likely? None of those things is gonna happen. Neither one of those things are gonna happen.
Right.
So They're not going to impeach her for slowing down a case.
Well, I mean, if you had enough Democrats, they would impeach her, I think. Because he's clearly interfering with the case. And the dispensement of, I mean, the people are entitled to a speedy trial also. And she's clearly violating that. So fuck her.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail in Florida, though, just so you know.
I think it's hilarious how the Trump people are like, oh, they're going after Trump. Well, they're not doing a very good job at going after Trump.
They should have done it sooner. They certainly should have charged him sooner. I don't know what Merrick Garland was fucking doing. This is the same people who fucked him over, and he let them all slide for years. He should have, under the justice, they should have gotten some payback already, but they haven't.
Back to the court case real quick with Stormy Daniels. I got to tell you something. Can I just say that I don't know that the artist, and I don't know anything about art, but I don't think this artist is very good. Have you seen any of the pictures?
Yeah, they look like ghouls.
Come out. It's just like, what is, you know, can we, I don't care if it's an anime artist. Can we get a more, someone who can draw just a little bit better other than just like these worn, like this person, whoever it is, they try to get every single wrinkle and mark that's on their face and everything. And it's just like, is that how you're supposed to draw court people? Because they made Stormy Daniels look like you said.
Pull some up. Trump court drawings,
and they look a little bit like the person, but I had to struggle to get that they look like some of these people. It was just kind of like, what the hell is happening here?
All right, let's pull it up. Ready?
And I don't know if it's the same artist, but it was just the pictures I saw were just like, some of the people were, maybe we could get AI to do it. Be a little bit.
Can you see it?
More clear.
Is it big screen?
I mean, that does not even look like Trump.
Looks like the judge, though.
I haven't seen the judge. The judge, I like how it's just like a dot for the eye because he's far away. Look at that. Look at the guy on the right. I mean, I understand that you're drawing quickly, and that's pretty detailed, you know, but it looks like a caricature. Like worse, I mean, and what is that? Look at that. And I get that they don't have a lot of time.
That's the DoorDash guy saying, "I got your food here, Mr.
Right. Hey, you got my filet of fish?" He's like, "That's me, sir. I got your filet of fish."
McDonald's. Frankly, I ordered McDonald's. It's not here today. I need the McDonald's. I need my sustenance.
You know what? I just realized why he likes McDonald's so much.
Why?
Because his name is in the name.
Oh, McDonald's. Very good. I think this is the lawyer attacking Stormy Daniels.
I mean,
no, that's the prosecutor.
Yeah, I know that some of these aren't supposed to have amazing.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, that one looks good. That one looks like the guy.
David Pecker. He really nailed Trump. He's like, I wouldn't even pay for Stormy. I said, I'm not a bank. Do it yourself.
I wonder if this is the same artist every day.
Well, there's other artists. Here's Hope Hicks crying. Oh, I bet you didn't cry when they was taking the kids away from their parents in the Mexican border.
I don't know, but there was a close-up picture of Stormy Daniels that I was like, who the hell is that supposed to be?
And there's Stormy. No, that's Hope Hicks.
That's a weird Trump one.
There's a Stormy one.
That's the Stormy one.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I like how she wrote in the artist wrote in the thing. The dry erase.
She's ghoulish in this one. So it looks like she got Bell's palsy or something.
Yeah, he looks he looks like a bad guy, doesn't he? Doesn't Trump, like the way she draws him, he looks like an evil person.
Yeah. She looks pretty bad in these. But they got the picture of them together. She looks okay there.
What do you mean she looks okay? There's no face there. You can see at least he's got his face on the side. He's got details like
Here's Lurch delivering the food.
right. And he's sad because he didn't get his fish sandwich.
This is the secretary sitting outside of his office, I think. Rona Graff testifies that he falsified business records to conceal money paid to silence porn star. I mean, there's a thing. There's a lot of people are saying he's already convicted based on just the people's testimony about the work for him.
Yeah.
But they said the Stormy thing gives them a appeal, maybe. They might win on appeal because it's too prejudicial.
Is anyone going to believe that his legs look like that?
No.
There's no way.
He's a big fat hog.
She took some liberties. You know what I found hilarious more than anything was how, and you kind of figured he was anyway, but how cheap he is.
Yes, he's very cheap. He's a cheap man.
Unbelievably cheap.
All right, let's get back to us. This is what people want to see right here.
Oh, yeah.
Because we bring the chill.
We do. We're all about the chill. All right,
here's what Trump was saying in court. You ready?
Wait. What the hell?
Shut up!
That was longer than I wanted. Sorry.
And
there's a big beef out. We didn't put it in the notes. There's a big beef in Rapland. Hip hop.
I heard that was over. Is that over?
Drake versus Lamar Kendrick.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of their music.
I don't know anything about them either.
That as quick as it started, it's over.
Is it over? You sure?
That's what I heard. But maybe it's not over. I don't know. I know they rap battle by putting people in their songs.
I'm going to get in a rap battle over my song.
You should go into a comedian battle with someone.
There you go.
Would be a good comedian.
Well, I can do it. We could hate each other.
We split up, and we hatch out a plan to break up, and then isn't that a roast? I mean, that's essentially a roast.
Oh, the roast at how my shoulder stuck. The roast at the comedy festival. Oh fuck, it hurts so bad.
Did they roast you that bad that they injured you?
Yeah, I'm on.
That would be a great bit. They're like, I was supposed to roast him, but I just hired a hitman and have somebody come up and just take a crowbar and smash.
Oh, the roast was so good at the Rubber City Comedy Festival. They were just fucking amazing. They were just so good. We had a guy from LA there named Praveet. I can't even say his name. I can't say his name right. Anyways, he looked like an Indian. He goes, "I am Indian Jesus," with the correct facial color. All right. And so he'd do it, and he has a big old beard and shit. Then another guy goes, "What you are is you're Bollywood Charles Manson." And the place went nuts. It was fucking such a good insult. But he nailed the other guy too with some very funny stuff. Gary Campbell was in it. He did a great job. Max Sorich was on it. He's from LA or Chicago. Tabitha did a good job. Kyle Honhorst went against Chris Clem, maybe? I don't know. No, I don't remember who went against who, but it was very funny. Brandon Petrie went against Hannah Belmont. Hannah Belmont won, but they fucked up. They fucked up because Brandon Petrie clearly had won the battle into the first two rounds, but they're like, we want to see a third round. And the third round is just one joke.
Oh, and so they decided on the one joke.
Yes. But Brandon had clearly, it wasn't even close that Brandon won the roast battle. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say anything from Hannah. She's very funny, but Brandon beat her. Everybody there knows it. So I should have said Brandon wins, but we want to hear your other joke. That's what they should have done.
Well, no, they should have said if somebody won, that's who the won. There's no like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, even as they said it, Brandon won, but we want to have another round, so we're going to say Hannah won. They said it in their judging. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's not right. That ain't cool. You know?
Is that just to be nice to someone or what? I don't understand.
No, they just wanted to hear another joke.
But
And
okay,
Hannah's last joke was killer.
okay, but then why didn't she tell it earlier on?
Well, because you save one for the tiebreaker, I guess.
I got you, but I mean, if that was your best one,
Well,
I
here's
don't know.
how they
I
do it.
wasn't there.
They do 5 jokes each. That's the
Yeah.
first round. Brandon won easily. They do 60 seconds where one person just insults the other one, 60 seconds straight. Brandon clearly won it. It wasn't even close.
Okay.
Her 60-second round was not good. The judges go, well, Brandon wins, but Brandon had a better round, but we want to see a third round, so we're saying Hannah won. All 3 judges said that. And then the third round was, she said a joke. Brandon did a brown petri dish podcast with John Brown, and it just describes his asshole or something, which I didn't say the joke right, but it was hilarious. And she said it.
Okay.
And Brandon's joke was not that great.
Because he told his funny jokes in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. He should have won. So now she's the roast battle champion and she's moving away, which is ironic that they
how
did
did
that.
The kid feel
They fucked
about
themselves. The roast battle people fucked themselves with that.
Okay, but how did the kid feel about
He was
losing?
He didn't like it.
Yeah.
He goes, everybody knows I won. I go, yeah, we all know.
Well, then that doesn't make anyway. I wasn't there. I'm not gonna. That sounds odd, but who am I?
I think they all know. Everybody knows it. I mean, I don't think it was a surprise, but they named her the champion, so she's the champion. So.
Okay. Hey.
It's like I lost a golf thing the other day, and it turns out they did the numbers wrong, and I had actually won.
Oh.
But it's too late. You got to file an appeal 30 minutes after. Or something.
Oh. Yeah, we gotta get together and we gotta go golfing.
They're asking for comedians to golf in an outing. It's $125 each. He said he could give us a discount though, or something. If
that would be nice.
A scramble at Bunker Hill.
Yeah, so they just want me to go there and show that I suck at golf. I mean, basically.
No, it's comedians playing golf with comedians, and there's going to be real teams there too, I'm sure.
All right.
It's a benefit for somebody who's got something wrong with them. I don't know anything about it, but it was just on Facebook. Comedians, why don't you make some teams and come do this?
You should dress like Trump.
You know how he plays golf though? He cheats like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
right?
and you should do that. And like put on the hat. We'll get some pictures of it. We'll do some.
A lot of people say I'm better than Tiger Woods. A lot of people.
We'll get
Frankly, I think they're right.
We'll get like a bag of mud and we'll put it in your diaper, and then you can like sit down, and then it'll squash it.
What's this diaper thing you're talking about? I didn't hear this.
No, well, I mean for the bit.
Oh, was there a diaper? You said they're wearing shirts though, right?
Yeah, I saw some MAGA people in shirts on Twitter. That was saying real men wear diapers, and it had to do with Make America Great Again or Trump or something.
I'm looking at them. None of these are complimentary of Trump, though, from what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is they're all anti-Trump. Everything I see.
Oh, maybe I misread what it was about. It looked like they were super.
You know, they say straight out of Compton. They got straight out of diapers. Beware a loaded diaper. I have a Biden in my diaper. That's one of them. That would be insulting to Biden.
Yeah. I would think so.
Trump freaks out after diaper don trends worldwide.
I mean, I guess you can wear that T-shirt two different ways. You know, as
They're saying he's wearing a diaper in court. Yeah, I'll show you the picture. All right. Let's get it. Let's get the picture. Here's the picture. Here's the picture of Diaper Don. They're calling him Diaper Don. Okay. Boom. 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 It's all screen, right?
yeah. Why are they saying it's diaper?
Look at his ass. Don't look right.
I mean, well, that still could be his ass, though.
He's a big fat ass.
I mean,
He's a huge fat ass.
there's.
But they're saying
yeah.
it doesn't look right.
Yeah, I don't know that that's proof. I mean, if there were like the little piece of paper thing sticking out of the sides or something of a suit, I would give that to you. Why randomly Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I bet against the Ravens and I lost.
Oh, there you go.
Here's the new Trump planks of his platform. I belong in diapers.
You know, I think that the people that are going to vote for him on one issue, if he gets elected, are going to be
Oh, there's another picture. of
really
his diaper.
surprised about how far he takes things. You know,
They're saying this shows his diaper.
that's proven he's got a diaper.
It could be.
I mean, that just proves he needs to keep his legs closed.
I mean, what's the problem with a 75-year-old guy wearing a diaper anyways?
Nothing. I think that's
If he's leaking, he's doing everybody a favor.
At least he's willing to,
I would wear a diaper
you know,
if I was shitting myself.
keep it
and peeing
clean.
all the
Yeah,
time.
just in case there's a mistake. He should be proud of himself.
But here's the thing. They're stealing my act, man.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it.
This is my act, and they stole it from me. I mean, it was my ticket to the
And
big
you were
time.
doing this long before that, you know.
Oh, they're saying this is when he was wrestling. That's a diaper. Yeah, it does look like it. He's wearing something. It's awful padded there, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, he could. I don't know about he could be wearing something underneath. Yeah, he did a lot
He
of
might
those
be-
wrestling.
He might be wearing a thing to make him skinnier looking, though. It's not working.
Oh, one of those shirts that pull you in or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could.
Okay, enough diaper stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what. That was good.
Back to the show. I gotta find it. Where are we at? I can't find you. I can't find us. Boom. Boom. Okay, so we talked about the trial. We talked about Stormy testifies, right?
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. What did she do this week? What did she try to do, John?
Well, the Democrats saved Mike Johnson. Is he going to be?
Yes, she put up a motion to vacate, and they tabled it with 300 and some votes against it.
And she got booed, right? I think she got booed on the House floor.
Yeah, they were booing her. But 11 Republicans voted with her, which would have been enough to get rid of the guy if Democrats hadn't saved him. The Democrats are not guaranteeing they'll do it again, though.
So who's this 11 then? Is this the same 11 that got rid of Gates, or is Gates or not Gates, but fucking California?
No, there's 11 different ones. One was a lot of them are the MAGA dudes.
Yeah.
I can't remember their name. Massey was one. I'm sure Gates voted to get rid of him. Maybe not. Gates might not have. I don't know.
Well, I know
don't know
Gates was one of his big proponents, but so what's her point on why she wants to get rid of him? Did she say?
Yeah, because he's working with the Democrats.
So So wait a minute. Most people want. Well, I don't want to say most people. There are a lot of people out there who think that going across the aisle and working together is a good thing.
Oh, no, it's pretty rare for a Democrat to vote for a Republican Speaker of the House. It's very rare.
Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily meaning about that. I'm just talking about in general, making laws and stuff. They kind of have to work together a little bit to get anything done.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
And she doesn't even want them to talk to each other, right?
She doesn't want them. She don't want the Democrats doing anything of success. Oh, speaking of success, have you seen Fallout on Prime Video yet?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
pretty good. Did you like
So
it?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, everyone's laughing at her, but she'll get reelected because in Georgia they don't give a fuck if you're accomplishing anything or not. They don't want the congressman to do anything worthwhile. That's sad that American voters don't give a shit if you actually get anything done or not. As long as you're getting those liberals, get them.
You know, and that's where I think that sort of thinking kind of backfires on you, because if you keep electing those type of people and they're not bringing anything home to your state or your district, and your district is still poor and it's still without resources and stuff, maybe the same shit that you've been doing that hasn't been working.
Hey, they're just saying government don't work.
Right. Who you elected, motherfucker?
Government don't work. It don't matter what you do. It's all never going to work. So I'm going to vote for a person who will make sure nothing gets done.
Right. Make it so nothing works.
Nothing works, and I like it. All right.
I guess
Okay.
we should
Go
find a way to find and interview a Marjorie Taylor Greene voter.
We'd have to get hold of somebody in Georgia in that district.
Yeah.
Here's one.
I mean, I don't want to yell at him.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Oh yeah, the protests.
Allah Akbar. That's a.
And now somebody was saying that some of the people that were protesting weren't even students.
Well, everybody knew that.
So then
Right?
why aren't they just, they went in there, they arrested a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
In some of these places.
They had to break them up. They were stopping school from being school. They couldn't get classes done. Several have canceled graduation, which is a shame. You know what? A protest should be legal, and when it's not legal anymore, you have to break them up. That's why I believe that. And then when they took over a building and shit, it has to be shut down.
Now, did those protests have any other effects around the world?
Well, Biden stopped delivery of the 2,000-pound bombs to Israel that they're going to use to pound and grind Raza.
Is he still bringing in the aid?
Now they're getting the bombs now, so they were denied to it for a little bit.
No, I mean the aid. Is the aid still going in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The aid is. But the Congress was upset that Biden wouldn't send them those big bombs. They were still getting defense weapons. They just weren't getting the offensive weapons. But like a general said on TV, he goes, "Look, I know a lot of soldiers that are dead because of defensive weapons." So
Yeah. They're still weapons.
it's like when I was in martial arts, they taught me how to kill people. All right. But it was defensive. I'm going, is it?
So, wasn't there a deal that they recently okayed with, was it the Egyptians or somebody's plan for the ceasefire?
Hamas agreed to it, but they changed stuff. So Israel said they had to look at it. They said, we agreed to your plan, but they changed things in the plan. So it wasn't the plan. It was a different.
I thought there was something that the Israel wanted a certain amount of hostages but they didn't have the hostages, that many hostages, because some of them were already dead, or
Right. Well, again, it was like, we agree to your plan that, was it Egypt and another country brought, but they didn't really agree to the plan that because Israel agreed to it also, but then Hamas goes, okay, we agree, but they didn't agree to the same plan.
I mean, even if you you get the refugees that are refugees out of there, and you say that, okay, you defeated Hamas. I don't think that's going to change anything, right? I mean,
You
Hamas
can't
will
defeat
still,
an ideology.
yeah. I mean, Hamas will either change their name, or it'll be a new name, or it'll
Yeah.
be a Hamas 2.0.
Well, they didn't get the
combine with
leaders.
somebody
They know
else.
they haven't gotten the leaders, so they know that's why they want to go into Gaza. I said Raza earlier. It's Gaza. They want to go in and they want to get the leaders. The leaders are hidden. Either they're all rich people, by the way.
The leaders are gone.
They're
I would
probably in another country, or they
Yeah.
think they're hidden in tunnels underneath Gaza. So,
I mean, you probably have the people that are still, that are devout, that are still holding on to the hostages down there, but all the real people that are pushing the buttons and sending the money and pulling maneuvers, they're not there.
we should call them, see if they're there.
Your phone ringing.
You get
Your phone
we get the
ringing.
operator on.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. Why you no pick up your phone? Your phone ringing. Your phone going to go to voicemail. Goodbye.
Wouldn't that be great if you could
We'll never
just
get on Saturday Night Live
patch
because
them
of
through?
that. Just want you to know, we'll never be on Saturday Night Live. We'll be like Shane Gillis. We're ruined.
You played it. I don't have any control over it.
Here's Kendrick Lamar.
You know, this is probably I don't think that I've heard either one of these guys. I mean, I've heard of their names, but I don't think I've heard any of their music.
They say Kendrick is more of a poetry dude, and Drake is more of a put out a lot of beats and shit.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about them. So.
Well, I don't think that their feud is life and death. I don't know if it's going to rate that.
You don't
far,
know
so
till someone dies.
maybe
When someone dies, you'll
maybe
know.
those are just first world problems. You know,
It's not like you got to wear a diaper or something.
it's not like you're going to get taken out into a gravel pit and shot in the back of your head because you can't.
Yeah, we haven't talked about
You can't,
that.
you can't be trained.
Christy Nome killed her dog.
She did.
That dog was 14 months. I gave it 14 fucking months to straighten out, and it ate chickens. My bird dog ate chickens. What? Bird dog did what? My bird dog ate chickens. It's a hunting dog, but he broke out of my car and ate chickens. It sounds like the person is whoever let him break out of their car. That's the number.
Right?
At a stranger's house, you let your dog run loose.
Well, if the dog broke out of her car, it was a goddamn genius, and she probably shouldn't have shot it.
That's the story
That
I
dog
heard.
could talk. That's
Dog
what the
got
dog
loose.
is.
The dog got loose, got into the chicken coop, and killed some chickens. Which I would expect a dog to do personally. I would expect that.
I mean, if it was already running around all hyped up because you were hunting with it, you know.
Hey, can't be trained, John. Can't be trained. Gotta die.
Yeah, it's got to die. It can't go to another different home or something like that. Or
For the safety of my children, John, I had to kill that dog.
Yeah, then you put her up for adoption. The best
No,
was
my children weren't safe. The dog ate chickens, John.
Doesn't this bitch eat chickens?
My kids were not safe. The dog ate chickens. I did what a farmer's got to do.
Right.
What?
This is an old yeller. It didn't have rabies, you moron.
What? You had to kill the dog?
The best.
Say, hey, we do what we got to do. And that's the thing. But here's the thing. Here's the real issue, I think. If I shoot my dog, I don't put it in a fucking book and brag about it.
You lunatic. Because she has no other
I don't think
stories.
this will get me votes.
Right. She has no other stories that involve guns,
Oh, she shot a goat too.
murder, or her being tough.
She shot the
She
goat
has to make him up.
because the goat bumped into somebody's
Yeah.
family
The
member.
goat was knocking your kids down and getting their kids' clothes dirty.
Not even
Damn,
her.
goat's
Somebody
dead.
she heard.
Dead
It was
goat.
hearsay. This was hearsay evidence against the goat.
I know one thing though. If I was an animal on that farm, I'd be fucking scared. I'd be hatching a plan to get the hell out of there.
Why are there so many gravel
Like,
pits?
if I look at her wrong, she's gonna shoot us all. She's running around death camp for animals.
She's a farmer. You know, she's a millionaire farmer, John. That's she clearly. I don't even believe she's a farmer. Fuck that. She lives on a farm and people do the work. That's what I believe.
Well, and then she tried to double down and say, hey, you let me go and see Commander. I'll shoot Commander too.
Here's the most upsetting part of the story. You ready?
Yeah.
Helicopter, helicopter. Paracofer, paracofer.
For those of you who don't know, John hates that song, and so we have to play it every show. We might have forgotten it at some point, but I don't think we did. I think John left. John, come over to the gravel pit. Come here. Here, boy. Come to the gravel pit.
A few moments later.
I've been debating about whether or not I should show my children Old Yeller.
It's my favorite porn. It's a snuff film. All Disney movies are snuff films, just about. You know, that's. Did I do that joke last show?
I think so.
Thank God. Oh, I said my wife locked out my computer so I can't watch porn. All I can get are Disney movies. Thank God Old Yeller's a snuff film.
And you know, she was Kristi Noem was at a press conference and they asked her when she met Kim Jong-un.
Oh, is she lying?
I mean, what the fuck? First of all, none of these people can lie as good as Trump.
Kim Jong-un doesn't even leave his fucking country.
They need to. They think that they're going to make things up, and people like to put it in their book, and the people are not going to check it out or question her on it. You know, and the book's not even out yet, I don't think.
No, it was previews. They gave us the good stuff.
Yeah, they just gave us the excerpts.
You know what? Kim Jong-un heard that she called. He was so upset. That she said she met him. He called.
Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing. Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone? Your phone ringing. Your phone going to go to voicemail. Goodbye.
We are ruined. Your phone is ringing. Kristi, pick up phone.
You know what? Kim Jong should have came back and said, well, we did date for a while. Like double down on her lie. And then she gets really investigated by the feds.
That would be great. Hey, all right, we're coming up on an hour here. Warren Buffett's selling his stocks. He thinks shit's going to go bad.
Now you're worried about time, motherfucker.
Warren Buffett.
Now we're worried. Okay.
Warren Buffett thinks shit's going to go bad. So if you people out there, none of you have anything.
Shit's going to go bad if Trump gets elected. That's what shit's going to go bad.
A lot of protests were broken up. We talked about the protest. Teacher layoffs. What's that story? That was yours.
No, I just saw that there was going to be a thing there, a massive teacher layoffs, but I wanted to get your reaction to it.
I didn't know about it, so I think what happens anytime Republicans get in office is class sizes get larger, schools start to fail, so they bring up charter schools and private school vouchers, and they give public money away to the private schools. It's always a plan with them to fucking take money and shift it to the rich.
Well, it seems like it's always a plan to turn something that's public into business. And
yes, so they can
sometimes that works,
transfer wealth.
but a lot of times that doesn't work.
It didn't work in schools because people aren't a product you can buy and sell. Oh, wait a minute. Republicans think you can. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Charter schools have been a phenomenal failure all around the country. Do they still exist? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely failures. 90% of charter schools suck balls.
And is it mostly because there's not that much oversight?
Here's the thing. It's an insult to a teacher to say, if I paid you for outcomes, you'd be a better teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
get paid for certain outcomes, you'd do a better job of teaching. That's not how teaching works at all. You know? It's not top down where I get more money, I'll be a better teacher. Most teachers are trying to be a good teacher just to be a good teacher. I mean,
Yeah.
if you gave me another $1,000 a month, it's not going to make me a better. Now I might be able to buy something more for my classroom or something. That would be different, but
Well, wouldn't that involve funding the classroom or funding the school?
yeah.
But that's different than how the teacher gets paid or should be.
They
Because
think
think
that
of every scam job that says, okay, well, you got to sell knives for us, but first you gotta buy this $1,000 worth of knives so then you can go out and sell them. To me, that's
they think they can make a profit. Okay, public schools are doing the best they can in many instances. There's things that need fixed. Always, anything needs fixed. But they're saying, look, we can do what you're doing at lower money and still pull a profit from that school. We'll make a profit.
But I understand where the
profit. It's
is
just
the
less
profit
money for
coming
those
from
schools.
tuition?
Huh?
Is the profit just coming from tuition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I know when I was teaching a charter, anytime we got a charter kid come in, they were way behind almost every time because they went years without getting taught. The charter kids, shitty classrooms, shitty experiences. They get the inexperienced teachers that don't make much money. Number one, because that's no teacher gets a job at a charter school when you can get a job at a public school. It pays way better, right? So they're getting far inferior teachers unless the teacher's husband is rich and then they just want to work there for whatever. There's instances of that. But when you take public school and start pull kids out for charter schools, all right, they might say you only lose 10 kids out of your class. Well, now if there was 60 kids in a building, right, and 10, that was 3 classrooms, right? You take 10 away, they're going to take that 50 and split it into 2 classrooms.
Yeah.
Now the class sizes for the public schools go up, and the charter schools got 10 kids, and their class size is small. But it eliminates teachers from public schools. It's a top-down system, and they think they can go from bottom up and pay it that way. That's not how schools work. So I don't know. Schools are fucked anyway. I mean, the whole system is fucked. Using grades to promote people, it should be skill-based. When you move on, you should have acquired some skills. Move on. That's how it should be. Like a video game. You know what I mean? School should be like a video game. You should have to acquire certain things to move on to the next level.
Yeah, but isn't that what the tests are? The yearly.
But what happens if you don't? The tests are kind of a joke because you test these kids that are leaving your classroom, then those tests move forward, but they don't get the results half the time until like December of the next year.
Yeah, we didn't get the test for our kids until it was like mid to late summer.
So it's too late to implement. If you were really using those test results, it would have to be whole system would have to change. Teachers have to go to school in the summer to build a plan based on those test results. That's what they would have to do, and then teach to those test results. But that's not how it works. you get these results, you just put them in a drawer, and that's basically what happened.
Yeah, and they don't look at them. It's just for the numbers aspect of it.
Yeah, and your school is graded on whether or not the kids are getting better. I used to say this. We never did it, but I was like, all we need to do to be a successful school is 1 year we need to fuck a bunch of kids over and not teach them shit, and our scores are going to be shit. And then from then on, we can always be improving. Because then your scores go up once you start teaching again, right?
So you're
It's a-
saying,
it's a
so you're
scam.
saying you're okay with the testing for competency.
It's a waste of time.
No, but you said before that it's just like it needs to be like a video game that's based on the skills that you have. That
Yeah, but that wouldn't be national testing. That would be like teacher says, all right, I'm teaching this skill. Who's a master of this skill? 75% master, 25% move on. Those 25% go to another teacher who reteaches the skill, maybe in a different way or whatever. But those kids have got to get that skill before they can move on.
So it just sounds all like like scheduling issues.
It would take a lot more teachers to do it right. That's for sure. In Japan and shit, though, you don't move on if you can't do something. Here's a good story about teaching. When I was teaching, we had a trade thing with a Japanese school, right? Japanese teacher came here to teach, and we sent an American teacher to teach there. Japanese teacher has trouble with this kid. She sends him to the office. The kid gets a punishment and goes back to class. Japanese teacher quits. We're like, what? Why are you quitting? She goes, you don't understand. In my country, when I send kid back to office, they never come back. Which is extreme, but I'm like, why are Japanese schools different? They don't accept failure, and they don't accept fucking around. If you fuck around, you're out.
You're done.
Because you don't have a right to school in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they give tests like at 6th grade, and if you haven't mastered the skills, they move you into a different career path, like janitors, and nothing wrong with being a janitor and shit.
I got you.
They move you into less. I don't want to say less skills because a lot of skills of being a janitor, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
What we would consider menial task
Yeah.
that may or may not be menial because let's face it, I've done some what I'd think of menial jobs that are fucking hard. So I don't know. It's the system needs revamped. How are you ever going to do it? When I was teaching, every they would have a plan. They would run it through. You'd cycle through it. Then 5 years later, that same plan would come back and they'd call it a different thing.
So, yeah, it just sounds like that it would have to take ex teachers like yourself, and then somebody that would be willing to change it from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it costs a fortune
to pull out the roots and then redo it the right way. Because the other part of it sounds like too that they've done studies that we shouldn't have kids getting up that early to go to school. They should have a different, times when they go to school when they're more.
But the bus schedule makes them get up early, John. So you got to follow the bus schedule.
Right. You got to follow the bus schedule. I mean, because it's the bus schedule. I mean,
do what's best for the kids. Yeah, there's all kinds of studies like that. There's all kinds of examples of how we can make schools better like that.
But they all don't do it because of it doesn't fit in with the standard business week, or it doesn't
too much change. People don't want change. We know taking 3 months off in the middle of the year is not good for kids.
Yeah.
We know it should be like 6 weeks at a time. You should have school, and maybe a break in between. That would be a much better school.
Well, there are states that do that, right? Because I think Arizona.
I don't know. Some do, I think.
Well, I know that the school that my some of my nephews go to in Arizona, I think that they're in like a year-round type thing.
Yeah, it'd be more efficient use of the buildings. It'd be better for everybody, probably. But,
or that they have like, I don't know, that they go in. I don't know how to put it. Seasonal.
Ohio kids go to school 180 days a year. In Japan, 252 days a year.
I mean, it'd be weird.
I don't want to be like Japan. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying it's apples and it's not the same comparisons. And when they come home, they go to tutoring after school. Most of them do.
Yeah. And you know what? In Korea, that was a big thing that even as soon as they got out of school, they went into other school, and their other school lasted until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Time on task is completely different. I mean, we waste I coach sports. And I love sports, but should sports really be in schools? Should it be part of the curriculum?
Yeah.
You should have athletic clubs like they do in Europe and shit, I think. If your kid wants to play basketball, he goes to the basketball club and plays basketball. Shouldn't have nothing to do with my school. School should be school. You still have phys ed, yes, but you shouldn't have teams playing interscholastic sports.
Have you ever done a deep dive and gone all the way back to when they started the curriculum for public education?
Yeah.
Because there was a time where it went from
Akron was the model. Akron, Ohio was the model in the 1800s.
Yeah.
How schools were designed.
Okay.
We were
So
Akron.
how'd you guys fuck it up so bad?
We did a bad job. It's different because it was reading, writing, and arithmetic, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know. And let's face it, you hear how people in the 1800s talk. Their vocabulary is far superior to ours.
You shitting me.
You listen to them talk. Listen to them bequeathing and
right. Well,
I mean,
you remember that Geraldo bit where
he's Lincoln wrote.
Yeah.
Compare that to what George Bush wrote.
Yeah.
Compared to Donald Trump. Could you imagine Donald Trump he says he's better than Lincoln. He doesn't have a fucking clue half the time what the fuck he's talking about.
I doubt that he would be able to tell you what each word means in the Gettysburg Address.
I doubt it too.
I don't know that he could
Gettysburg, a great war. It was a beautiful war. A lot of people died.
Right.
And General Lee said, "Never fight uphill, me boys, and never fight uphill, me boys." He turned into a leprechaun. I don't know. But he said it. He said, "Never fight uphill." And then he fought uphill. He learned his lesson. He's dead now. I was just talking to Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass says he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
That's a good point you just made. Does he know that Lee didn't die at Gettysburg? Does he know that?
Who knows what he fucking knows? He's a fucking idiot.
And he's dead now. Well, that's not where he died, you moron.
Who supports Trump? If you're educated, rich people who are educated, but that's
I think single issue voters.
Everybody else is people
Trump.
who hate people who had an education and resent them. And that's getting the liberals. Get those liberals.
Yeah, I think that if you've got a single issue like abortion, guns, I hate liberals.
That's the big one.
You know, I think that you're a voter for Trump. You know what I mean? Just single voter. Like that no other issue matters than the issue that you care the most about. You know? Whether it is, you know, I don't like multiculturalism, you know.
Hey.
Take your pick.
We're at 108. Let's do a
All
Mother's Day. Mother's Day at Mar-a-Lago.
Are you doing a happy Mother's Day, Melania?
You're going to be Melania?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be Melania?
You're Melania. Frankly.
Hello.
Abu, darling, I bought you some matching diapers to go with mine. They match. You can wear them any way you want, Melania. Happy Mother's Day. We can piss and shit together all over the country. Happy Mother's Day.
Donald,
I know I only gave you one child.
You're disgusting, Donald. You're disgusting.
I barely fucked her. Only the one time. She loved it. You love it. You know that's why you married me, Melania, for my big cock.
She's got to be doing the old European spitting thing. You know what I mean? I curse you.
When they applaud, they pound their sticks into the floor.
I curse your balls. I hope you have shitty diaper.
Frankly, it wasn't the greatest sex. You were way better, Melania. If I had to choose a woman to fuck, Melania, I would choose. Please let me fuck you again, Melania. One more time. I know we only fucked her once. You have your own room. They say Melania bosses him around.
It wouldn't shock me.
He's a big pussy.
Wow,
this hair looks good today.
You know that the Republicans in Florida tried to nominate Barron as a delegate.
And Melania said no.
Declined. Melania said no.
Melania said he's not.
Oh, okay.
Melania's like, fuck off, you people. I'm not doing that.
Well, at least someone has some,
I'm not fucking doing that to my son.
Do you think that if he dies, that if Barron would have anything else to do with the rest of the family?
I don't know. They're only half brothers, so who knows?
Well, the whole family's made up of half siblings.
True. It's all fucked up.
They're probably used to it.
Melania, this is from Marv Connor. I want you to know. Fuck off. You're part of it too. You're just as responsible as he is. Fucking assholes. That's my love song. Oh, we got to play a song, don't we? Trump's song this guy wrote.
Yeah. That was, yeah. I mean, other than the USA and rhyming it with,
I don't know if I can find it.
Was awful, but.
Trump's song. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of those single voter issue people that are voting for Trump for whatever it may be, money or guns or whatever, I think they're going to get a rude awakening if and when he does become president.
There's a lot of Trump songs. There's a Donald Trump and Tucker Carlson Ain't Everything rap song. Here it is.
Trump the Don, back at it again. This time in the countryside. Shout out Jason Aldean, Morgan Wallen, and Dana White. I could have just retired in peace. I could have been golfing with my niece. I could have been chilling on the beach. But
at least that AI, those fingers are pretty good.
Hey, let's make America great for every religion. Yeah, men don't have a vagina. The radical left works for China. All I ever wanted for the USA was a good economy for your family. Protect a southern place that's safe for your kids to go outside and play. Look at San Francisco, take a look at LA. Look at New York City, man, it just
just standing by him.
Radical leftists to blame.
Is that supposed to be him as John Wayne?
Your religion and Nancy. Tell me how that house is so fancy, but you only make $100K a year. How'd that happen? Your husband, Paul Cranston, in his panties just dancing with his boyfriend.
That is, if you look at that picture, it shows, what is with that line that he has? Is that where you were talking about before, where he had the hair transplant thing?
Yeah. He had a hair transplant. 3 of them, at least. At least. Can't you tell my hair? It's real. It's real, baby.
Yeah, you definitely had a transplant.
And this hair looks good today. I look good today. I should wear hair all the time. I should start wearing wigs.
You should start wearing that with a tunic. With a velvet tunic.
Frankly, the tunics don't like me.
You'd be known as the rag man. I'm here to collect your cum, sire.
All right, we're leaving on that. Here to collect your cum, sire. There we go. Take us out, boys.
I'm
here to collect your cum, sire.
It's a hard job to get.
Pump away.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you need me to show you my legs, sire?
No,
I shaved it especially for you this morning.
Arrivederci, Sir John.
Good night, Marv.